Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Detroit Cast. Mike and Jay. Shalom, Biggie. Hello, Jay.
Hey, everybody.
How are you, my friend?
I am quite well, Mike.
Are you in the bag yet?
No, I'm good.
half-cocked.
Are you?
Yeah, I picked up right where we left off.
The
last
margaritas
night.
going, huh?
Oh, welcome to Margaritaville. Yeah, I feel like, is it Jimmy Buffett? No, it's not Jimmy Buffett. It's, Buffett. Who's the singer?
Yeah.
Is it Jimmy Buffett? I was thinking of Warren Buffett. I was like,
No, you
I
got
almost
it.
said Warren Buffett. No, Jimmy Buffett.
James Buffett.
Yeah, and I'm in Margaritaville. It's fucking Member Sunday.
I know.
And it's the best day. It's
I
just
know.
the best.
It's Mexican Day.
Yeah, it's Mexican Day. Wait, where's your sombrero and you're in a mustache?
Well, I got to put the headphones on, you know?
Oh, shit. Can we get him bigger headphones so we can get him around his sombrero?
Around a sombrero.
Just giant headphones. Look like one of those fucking walking bobbleheads. Anyway, we have our dear friends, the people that really keep this show going in a lot of respects, Celia and Travis. Not them personally, but they're part of it.
They're part of it.
They're
for sure.
members. They pay each month to listen to us blather about shit, whatever. And God bless them. Thank you guys for coming in. And in honor of that, our partner, Twin Peaks, steps up huge, and they bring the smoking hot girls in, and the food spread galore, and the drinks, and the margaritas are so delicious.
It's all lovely. No
Yeah.
question about it.
And so they're sitting there getting shit-faced. They brought us a bottle of Jim Beam. Thank you for that. That stays. That does not go home with you. And then we've got a new girl here, Bailey. And Bailey, Marisa was like, we got a dedicated girl here that's going to handle member Sundays. It's like, all right, let's see what this girl's all about. And so Bailey comes in. She ain't fucking around.
She can handle
I mean,
herself. There's no question.
I didn't even meet her. I didn't know her name. I walked in. I'm like,
This is
who's
taken
this
care of.
lady in my kitchen? She's like, fuck off, I'm busy. Setting the tables. All right, I'm paraphrasing. But she's setting the tables, and it looks wonderful. Thank you so much for being here. You brought these beautiful girls. We've got Gabriella from Southgate, the Southgate location. People can meet you there. And Yudi from the Toledo Twin Peaks. She came from Ohio?
Yep.
How long to get in your mic? You got your wireless mic there.
Oh.
There you go.
Okay, I'm ready.
She doesn't have headphones on. It's not her fault. Thank you guys for coming in. Welcome. Thank you. You guys have been awesome. You guys have been hanging for a couple hours, and we really appreciate it.
Even on Game of Thrones nights, here they are. Appreciate it.
Don't. It's a sensitive subject. Don't even bring it up with Bailey.
Very sensitive.
She looked at me and she was like, "Yeah, Game of Thrones, nothing."
It's dedication, man.
So thank you guys. I hope you're having fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A blast.
you're having a blast.
So loud.
What was wrong? Yeah, you're all right.
Sorry.
It's not fair. She doesn't have headphones.
She doesn't have headphones. I know, right?
She's flying
It
blind.
really isn't fair. I love it. Before we start, I'm like, you guys can say anything you want, by the way. Don't worry about censoring yourself. And Bailey's like, I swear, my mother, all over me. I'm like, you have tattoos on your fucking forearms.
Listen,
Sure.
presentation.
a good
Obviously,
Catholic
you can
girl.
tell.
Desecration of the
tell.
human body doesn't count, but God damn it if I say shit.
Yes.
I'll have heck to pay at home.
Listen, if my grandma was still here, you wouldn't understand.
She's not, though, so we don't worry about Nana.
But
Nana's
she's
gone.
still looking down on me right now, and I just know karma. She's
Well,
gonna be like,
See, that's that Catholic guilt right there.
It is, dude. They just drill it into the head so early.
What did you just do? You were talking crap about your mom? Yeah. Watch what's
man.
But
gonna
nobody
happen.
said that to you. That's in your head when you're laying down in bed at night. Just
At
like,
night,
oh,
when I'm
man.
sitting there thinking about all the things, my
You're thinking about it now.
transgressions, right?
Yeah. I kissed a girl once in school. Shit. Nana knows.
Yeah.
The Lord's looking at me, but
Yeah.
He's cool with the desecration of the human body, apparently. That's off the table. That's cool. It's all right.
Sounds like a sore subject.
Summer's like the only time that it's hard to hide that stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Obviously, 'cause
Well, what
of
did you
the
guys
tank
bring?
tops.
What did you guys bring over here today to eat? Because it was so good. I was eating buffalo chicks and burrito or taco.
Go ahead, Gabs. Tell him.
Yeah, Gabs, tell us.
We brought haddock tacos, we brought shrimp tacos, we brought those buffalo chicken tacos that you like.
Yeah,
We brought our house-made queso, avocado smash,
that
salsa.
queso was so good.
Yeah, everything is made in-house, so it's
Yeah.
always fresh. You always taste how good it is. Like, it's fantastic.
Yeah, the queso is that the one that if you go in there and say Mike and Jay or Detroit Cast, the queso they'll hook you up at any Twin Peaks. You go in there, you just say our names, free queso.
Name
Bam.
drop.
Bam. That's what we do for our audience. Yep. What else you guys? And then the drinks.
Those margaritas, yeah.
Was it
I-
peach? One was peach. What was the other one?
What?
What?
What are you talking
What?
about?
I had a regular. I didn't get your peach one. Your
There was a
fancy
regular
peach
one and a spicy one. There was the
What am I
peach.
talking about? Peach.
Peach.
I don't
I
know.
don't know. You
Peach,
brought up
sorry.
peach. What?
Peach was in my head. Sorry.
What was it? What did he do?
Peach and Peaks.
Peaks.
He's getting them.
Oh, he's
mixed
getting
up.
peaks mixed
He
up.
had
with
too many
peach.
peaks margaritas.
I
Yeah.
did.
You guys also brought a bunch of swag over, some T-shirts.
Yeah, t-shirts, koozies, tank tops.
That black shirt. I love that black shirt that says Twin Peaks Eats, Drinks, and Scenic Views. I have one of those. And some koozies, some really cool koozies, and some tank tops, men's, women's. And we're going to give some of that stuff away. So how many of the first 5-10 people that email Eric at DetroitCast.com?
5.
5? We got 5? We could probably get more. Relax.
Well, you asked me,
Panic.
and that's what
He was like, fuck, I don't know.
you asked me, and that's what we
I know.
agreed on
I said
before.
5-10. You looked like you were panicked when you looked at Marisa. We can get more. It's all right. 5. The first 5.
Okay.
First 5. that
Eric
email.
at DetroitCast.com.
Eric at DetroitCast.com. Thank you guys so much for coming by. I know we'll let you get out of here and go watch Game of Thrones. Don't tell me what happens because I'm
I'm
going to
gonna
watch it
spoil
later.
it. I'm gonna post it all over Facebook, just like
Right?
everybody else.
So
Tyrion dies.
don't.
Oh no.
There's a lot of shit going around.
Just
Spoilers. So
kidding.
don't
I'm
do that. You're going
kidding.
to scare people. I know. So yeah.
If I
Anyways.
really wanted to ruin it, I would name drop right now, but I'm not going
Oh,
to.
oh.
Whoa, what name
Hold
drop?
on,
Wait,
hold
you-
on.
No.
This wait. Now you can't leave. What? Who do
Did
you
I
know?
Did I just open up like
You
a
just
can
did.
of worms?
You did. Who do you know from Game of Thrones?
You want me to tell you my predictions for today?
I don't want your predictions. I want to know who.
It
I
sounds
want
like
to know
you
who
knew
this.
somebody.
Yeah, it sounds like you knew
I got
someone.
my third eye going on
All
right
right.
now. You know, my
Yeah. All right,
intuition.
Bran. Let's see. What do you got?
So what I think is gonna happen, I think Jon Snow is gonna finesse the hell out of Khaleesi.
Get out of here.
Yep.
No.
He's gonna go in for a little smooch because she's been wanting that D lately.
That's his aunt, and she just torched and
So?
murdered a million people. He's not going to do
Yeah,
that.
but if you look in the episode, he was starting to realize like how crazy she was going.
Yeah.
So
Well,
now
it's
it's
the mad,
like starting
what do
to
they call
come
her, the Mad
together.
Queen? Or
Yeah.
yeah.
It's his aunt.
I have
His
no
aunt.
idea what anybody's talking
I know.
I know,
Neither
me
do these guys. Yeah, they don't watch it either.
My boyfriend tried so hard to get me to watch it.
Don't
and
mention you have a boyfriend. No one cares. They want to
Oh,
think you were
right.
single and
Yeah,
hot.
that was bold. No,
That was
just get out of
bad,
here.
bad mic etiquette going forward. You do not have boyfriends when you're in here.
Boyfriends aren't allowed.
Yeah, so
Rings off. Rings
yeah,
off.
take rings off. Rings are not allowed. No.
In the pocket.
So you don't know anyone behind the scenes. You may almost sounded like you knew someone at
Like you had inside.
You
Yo,
said
those-
name drop. What
name
So-
drop.
So I have been keeping up with the source. I'm not gonna lie, and for like the past couple of weeks, it's been honest. So
It's been on.
Oh,
Okay.
you're reading
Yeah.
the
Wow.
Reddit stuff and the spoilers that are going. Don't you need to leave, Bailey? It's time for you to go. Go. Because I know I've got a story in here today about that's actual spoilers are going around.
Bran's gonna take the.
Don't.
Oh
God.
my gosh!
Wow.
Wow.
I was about to
You-
just start watching the whole series today,
If
and now
I
I'm not gonna
found
do
Oh
it.
that
my
you just
gosh.
spoiled
Oh my
this for
gosh.
me.
It's
You
ruined
guys
8
don't
years
even know
for
who
me.
these people are.
I
You're
do.
gonna forget.
I do.
After you have another margarita, you're gonna forget.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
I heard you say a name, and
Better
I don't
get
even want to
back to the
repeat it.
kitchen.
Right?
For a Peaks margarita,
Yeah,
For
not
peach.
peach.
Peach,
Not
not
peach.
peach. I bet
Not
they could do a
peach.
peach for you.
All right,
They
you guys,
definitely do peach.
go watch your show. Thank you so much for coming in. We'll see you guys in a week. When are they coming back, Jay? Like a week, 2 weeks, something like that?
Maybe 2
Yeah,
weeks.
2 days before my birthday.
Yeah.
Really?
You're gonna have a
Do you want to
cake.
say which birthday?
What? Which,
Like what year? Are you young enough to be able to say, oh yeah, I don't care?
yeah, I can.
Yeah,
I
what
mean,
is-
I'm 1994.
Holy
Is
shit!
that bad?
Jesus Christ.
It's not a
What,
good-
how old does that make you?
25.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
10
okay,
years older,
you're-
younger than me.
Yeah.
She's 10 years younger than you? Yeah.
Ugh.
Right around same
Yeah,
as us.
same
huh?
as us.
Was that not a good year to say?
That was
Oh,
great.
it's fine.
Should I
No,
have
it's
added
just-
10 more years?
It's one of those things when you're a guy and you're anybody and you go to the grocery store and you see the Playboy magazine that says you must be born before this date to buy the magazine or alcohol you must and you
Oh my
realize
God.
it's like, fuck, that's the year I
Yeah.
graduated college. You're like,
Right.
God damn it, oh man. And so you basically just did that.
Oh, I'm
94.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Born in 94.
Didn't mean to.
Child. So anyways, you guys scram, get out of here. We'll
All
see you in
right.
2 weeks.
Thanks for
Thanks
coming.
for
Thanks for
having
coming,
us.
guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
Yeah. Bye. Oh my God. Bye. Anyways, oh my God, I'm so full. I just want to. Can I just take a
Just
nap?
kick back.
I just
Little-
want to take a
little
nap.
tryptophan-
Jay, you got the
tryptophan thing going?
Show's
Yeah,
yours.
give me your
Go.
notes. Give me your notes.
And go.
Well, I can talk about stuff if you want. I can ramble for 2 hours.
Rubbin's racing time.
Oh,
Go.
shit, I haven't watched NASCAR in a while, though.
Yeah. Oh my God. Well, hopefully people will email you, Eric at DetroitCast.com.
Yep.
There are actually some. The chick tank tops are really cool. The men's T-shirts are as well. So, and we thank them as always for coming in. Like I said in the outset there, Jay, boy, oh boy, what a night. We had fun last night.
Oh yeah, it was awesome, man.
It was.
It's always fun to go out there, but last night in particular, it just seemed like the lineup of people we had. It was a lot of fun.
People just kept showing up. That's how it kind of worked out.
I know, and of course, like fucking McCarty.
I know.
I texted him at like noon. I'm like, hey, dude, because he was like, so what time's Newberg going to be at your house? Because we did a little something in the afternoon with Jay, Chris, and Michelle over at the house. And he's like, what time's he going to be there? And I was like, like noon 30, something like that. So I thought he was coming over here then. And then he's like, I'm like, so are you stopping by or something? And he's like, no, we're just going to, I'll probably see you tonight. Probably's not good enough, And so I'm like literally driving there. I'm like, okay, I kind of need to know, like, if you're coming, then I can properly set it up. Jay and I can go.
Yeah, people love
Well,
you, man.
wait,
I mean,
yeah.
people want to come out and see you.
He doesn't, and I get it. RSVP, you know my deal. Respond
Something better.
soon. Respond soon, very please. And thanks, I love it. The amount of fucking listeners who have thrown that in my face. Yeah, I'll be there. Unless something better comes up.
Yeah,
You
see?
motherfuckers.
Well, you set the tone, man.
Dude, I did. I'm eating crow because they're all saying it, and I laugh every time because it is funny. But yeah, I was like, so Mac, if you're coming, what time would you be there? Because then we can know when to start and this and that. And he finally said, I'll be there at 7:30.
I'll be there at 7:30.
Be there at 7:30. Save that shit for the Detroit cast. I'm like, all right, he'll be there at 7:30. But I'm like, hey, I'm driving to the place, so I can't really tell people. But I think people really got a thrill of seeing Darren McCarty walk in the door.
Of course.
And it's cool because the lineup we had there last night at the meet and greet, like when I'm on stage and it's like, hey, Jenny Fedorovich. I'm
You
like,
had her do the hideous, ugly face.
dude, all the
awesome.
people there, like, everyone keeps coming up and just saying, please, just say hideous ugly. I'm like,
She's like, fine, I will say it. Hideous, ugly.
hideous ugly. She didn't actually say it. It was in a fucking news story from
Right,
3 years ago. But yeah, she's like, the amount of people who are asking me to say hideous ugly. It's just like a tagline now. I just do it. But it was cool because usually when you put someone on a mic, it's like here. It's like you don't know if they're gonna go, I don't know. Or if they're going to be great or
Right.
whatever. And so I'm like, I got a million. We got all these moving parts last night. And so I'm like, Jenny's just like, how about you just say hello? Give me the microphone. I'll take from there. I'll bring Darren on. And I wanted to say something about it. I'm like, great.
Yes.
And then Darren,
that.
she just stared up. And I'm like, Darren, do you want me to say anything? She's like, nah, just give me the mic, bro. We're good. We're good. J. Chris Newberg. Yeah, bro, just say fucking J. Chris Newberg and I'll take it from there. I'm like,
All people very comfortable
very,
talking.
very
yeah.
comfortable. They're very comfortable. And if you look at the pictures, you can tell in a still image how very comfortable Jenny, Fedorovich, she just grabbed the mic and she just leaned it. It's like
Hideous, ugly.
hideous, ugly face. It's like Isis at the podium when he was giving lecture.
Oh, my
in
God.
college.
My favorite picture of all time.
Yeah, he just looks like a professor who knows what he's doing.
Spewing knowledge.
Yeah. And it was so fun, man. And J. Chris Newberg, holy shit.
Really funny.
Dude, how fun was that?
It's really fun.
I mean, for those that don't know, Chris came over here yesterday, and Jay, I don't know if you had a chance to post it yet or if you're going
Nope.
to.
I will.
We've had some internet issues, so we haven't been able to run it through the thing. But anyway, Jay, Chris, and Michelle literally came from the airport, took a red eye from Los Angeles, landed, got a rental car, and then came right to the house. We had some pizza, and then Chris is like, "Okay, let's get going." He wanted to take a nap so fucking bad. And they came on, and we had the most fun. T-Roy came down, and we just had a blast. E was here, and we did What Up Fam live for the very first time. T wrote his own verse to close it out, which was hilarious, and they all sang it together. And so it's kind of a mashup Detroit cast. It's not all of us, it's just me and E from the show, and then so I titled it "Heroin Has a Great Detroit Cast."
Cool.
And so if you want to look for it, we're not going to post it on Detroit
No.
Cast. No. Fuck you.
It's on
You wanna
Chris's
hear it?
show.
Yeah. Heroin Has. Go download the app. It's there. Of course, our favorite listeners, our members. You can just get in the members area. We'll put it in there for you. But you fucking other assholes, cheap sons of bitches, you go to Heroin Has.
Go subscribe to Heroin Has a Great Publicist.
Yes. And do yourself a favor. E finally started listening,
Oh, my
Jay.
God. Yes.
He came over here. He's like, it's the greatest show ever.
Honestly, it's all I've listened to.
It's a tight
Since-
half hour. That's
Yeah.
the beauty of it,
Totally. And I just for me in the end, I just happen to really end up liking how he kind of how he does it. And I've like literally I'm on like 10 now, and I started on Thursday, I think.
Yeah, it's a great show the way it's run. And I told him,
And Michelle, even though they said like originally that had no plans on her being added into that. Right, Michelle? That's right. That's the right name?
Yes,
Okay.
Michelle.
I thought I just, for some reason I said it. Anyway, once she becomes more like, not like a co-host, but she's kind of just there, it's a really
Yeah.
good chemistry.
No, I was telling them, and Jay, you've probably heard this. I don't know why, but I love the idea of like he's in mid-sentence talking to someone, and you can almost hear the door in the background open up, and then it's like, "Who's here?" It's like, "Hi."
It's like the set of Three's Company or
Right.
something, you know?
Furley's just
Yeah,
walking
Mr.
in.
Furley walks in. No, it could be his room. You meet his roommate, like in episode 32 or something.
Never even heard
you
her
had no
fucking
idea
name
this chick
before.
lived with him, yeah. And she's a former Playboy radio chick.
Yeah.
Great voice, really, interesting chick. She
How
sits
does that
down.
not come
I don't
up?
know.
How do we not know that
I
already?
know.
Oh, but you know what? I had so much respect for the fact that he was willing to. 22 straight hours, Jay. He left his home, hopped on a plane with Michelle, flew here, did the show, went to bed for a couple hours, and then flew home.
Yeah, that's really cool. Can't
mean-
thank him enough. He's such
Yeah.
a good dude.
It was really special and really cool, and I know they had a blast hanging out with everybody, and everybody was so great to them. I knew all the listeners would be, and I got to meet Luke, the guy that won the $1,000.
Yeah,
Did you
isn't
meet
that
him?
hilarious, dude?
He was fucking nice guy, man. And it turns out there were a couple other listeners. Shit, I'd shout them out right now if I could remember all their names. But a couple other guys. How sweet is that Chris is like, this guy drunk fucking texts him because Chris gives his cell phone out every show. And it's just like,
Let that be a lesson, gentlemen.
Right?
Huh? Get your cell phone out
I
there.
always say my
Eases out there.
248-935-9241. Text me anytime.
and sometimes you get dick pics.
I do.
You take it. Whatever. You just deal with it. But this dude's like, hey, bro, how about if I just drop you $1,000 and you fly in? And he's like, what? And that literally is what happened. The guy was shit-faced, won $1,000 at the casino, takes pictures of his chips, sends it to Chris, and then drops it in a PayPal account, and that's the ball gets rolling. The cool part, though, is other listeners heard that, figured, dude, you're not going to book 2 flights round trip from L.A. to Detroit in a week. So do you have enough with $1,000 to cover? Do you need some more? I've got some miles. I got some cash. And like 2 or 3 other listeners threw him a few $100s more
Yeah.
to cover that. And I was like, isn't it amazing? And Chris
Very
is
nice.
like, it's fucking incredible. I'm like, dude, I've never paid for a flight going from doing it. Travis has paid for a
Travis,
couple.
who's Travis? Do
Travis
you mean
Bullock.
Hot Easus?
Hotties.
God damn it.
All right,
Yeah.
I'm not taking credit for that name. That's Dan Rankin who named him. It's fucking perfect. I'm looking at Easus and Hot Easus right next to him. That's awesome, man. Best nickname ever.
It is.
Hot
And
Easus.
I can see it, but you know what? There's something terribly insulting to Travis when you say that. Even though you call him Hot Easus, no offense.
Smart
Easus.
Easus? What do you want?
It's just anything Easus ends up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No offense. Easus,
taints
no
you in a way.
offense.
I get it.
No offense at all. I mean, we love you to death, but
Now he just touched me for some reason.
yeah, he did.
Hot fit smart Easus? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's the glasses. What can you do?
It's the glasses, and they're
The
both
hair and-
skinny.
Yeah.
And they're all
The
skinny
facial
as fuck.
structure just happens to actually look pretty similar.
Have you guys compared penises yet? See how are we?
No, we
like,
haven't.
Head to toe the same, identical twins,
don't know.
doppelgangers.
Maybe that's for maybe that's for a members area thing.
All right, very good. Marissa's here. She'll get the camera out and film that for
Yeah,
members.
exactly.
Get that going, no problem. We should thank Travis, too. Travis, dude, we've never done a gig where we haven't had problems with audio, with whatever. There's always something we get there, and it's like, oh, all the shit we thought was going to be here isn't here. Great. Or, and so Travis can't go 2 seconds. He's got to, like, get it done the right way. Thank God bless him. And it was just like, I got it, man. I
Yeah,
got
very
it.
helpful. Appreciate it, man.
And dude, we get there and he's like, I need to just hear how the guitar sounds, out in the crowd. I'm like, great. I play a couple chords. He's like, it sounds great. And there was not one snafu to have that much activity on the stage, in and up, out, and with guitar, with music and multiple hot mics at the same time. That's tricky to do. And so thank you very much, Travis. It did not go unnoticed from us. And, the fact that nobody notices there's anything wrong it's the perfect compliment, man. So thanks to everybody, and I hope you guys had a good time. We should mention Bill, too, Ogden.
Oh, yeah.
El Presidente.
Oh
I don't know
my
how
God.
many
How
hundreds
much
of
money
dollars,
did you
dude.
spend, dude?
I don't
I'm
know.
not sure exactly, but we hit him pretty hard.
Yeah.
He funded a happy hour, which
Yeah.
was more than an hour for sure. And he took a hit.
Dude,
So
I'm walking in and Bill's standing there. And I just hear T-Roy just go, yo, man, I'm going to need like 10 of them tickets. He's just going to line his pockets. I just need refills all night, man. And Bill's like, I'm like, that. You got to expect that, dude. That's going to go on all night.
Yeah, so Bill Ogden from firstcalldetroit.com.
Yeah.
Hit him there, lawyer.
He was a lot of
Friggin'
fun.
lawyer guy.
Until he took the fucking microphone out of my hand to make sure to have people tip their wait staff. I was like,
Yeah,
Bill,
that was whew.
Bill, what kind of fucking hack, mediocre, goddamn open micer do you think we are up here? Do not fucking do that, sir. Hand out your drinks, be a great lawyer, and we'll handle the dumb shit, all right? J.R. Adams, too. It was fun seeing him,
Yeah.
man, his wife. So many great listeners, and it's always fun, man.
Dude, you know what's fun? I was talking to him or whatever, and
Who?
through J.R. Adams, and we
Yeah.
have a wrestling buddy that because he's done wrestling, and I knew a friend from when I worked at Red Robin that was a big wrestler, and they're like really good friends. And me and this friend used to always fuck with each other. It'd be like, hey Josh, I was fucking your mom last night. There was just a running gag between them. And J.R. Adams takes a picture of like me and him together and sends it to Josh and goes, hey, this dude says he's banging your mom recently. And he responds back instantly, goes, that son of a bitch.
Isn't that great?
It's fucking awesome, dude.
was
That
like-
guy's incredible. He's gonna throw me through a table here too sometime, dude.
Oh, hell yeah. I
had
tried to make that happen last night.
I know.
wanted him to chuck you through a table.
I
It's
know.
only a matter of time.
I talked to him for about 5 minutes to 8 minutes just about that thing, and it's gonna maybe it'll be a members area video or something, but he is gonna throw me through a table at some
Hell
point.
yeah.
And a real one, too.
Oh yeah. Oh fuck yeah.
I mean, we're not gonna fake it.
Well, we have a bunch of those Joe Louis folding chairs
Right.
up
I
there,
know.
too. So.
Fuck.
So I asked him. I was like, "Hey, I'll put your name on a guest list at the door or something in case there's any trouble getting." He's like, "Fine." And then he says, "It'll just be me and my wife. I had to bring her so she could ward off all my screaming female fans. I hope you'll have plenty of paper towels there to mop up the floors under these girls once I show up." It's like, got it.
Well.
I said, "Hell yeah, I got you, man. Already on it." T-Ray requested the same thing, so you're good. And then he came in, and it's cool to see them.
a mountain of a
All them
man.
there just fucking out mingling with everybody in the pictures.
It made it really fun, man. It just made
Yeah.
it so fun, dude.
It did. A couple moments we should probably not talk about, but I was like, fucking strangle that son of a bitch.
I had a moment where
Slap that girl.
I didn't. Wait, what? Come on. Well,
I don't know about that.
Gonna
I don't know what's
expand?
going on there.
Yeah. No, we don't.
Mike, I had a moment I was telling Jay about where I became a real asshole. I was sitting at this table with
You became an asshole?
Yeah. Oh, not kind of. So I was sitting at this table with some listeners, and I'm wearing my purple Tony shirt. I've got the Bill Ogden sticker on my head. So someone's taking a picture.
All night. The Bill Ogden sticker on the East forehead all night.
So someone's taking an image, and I'm just thinking, yeah, they're probably a listener, So, hey guys, do you want me to move over, or this, blah 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 blah. Then I get up and I tell the people I'm with, hey man, I'm gonna start mingling. So I go over there. I go, hey guys, I don't recognize you. You guys are listeners, and blah blah. They're like, listeners of what? Darren McCarty was behind me. They were just there having dinner. and like, oh, Darren McCarty's at the bar, and they're taking a picture, and I'm sitting there like, do you want me to move
Douchebag.
over?
With a
Sticker
giant
on his
cat. MVP, it just says most valuable pools on the back. Giant picture of Tony.
I just thought they were. That's why you should
Yeah.
never do that. In reality, you should make them say, "Hey, how's it going?" Or
Marisa, that was a different Hamlin when that happened, where I was talking to that guy and he wanted to kill me. 22
Yeah.
and Shelby, yeah. Where you just don't know. There's because 99% of the people there are there for the
Right.
Detroit cast. And then there's a few, and it's like, well, they look like they would be Detroit cast fans, about the same age, wearing an MSU shirt, and it's like, what up, bro? You go all in, come in kind of hot, and then it's like, fuck you, man. You don't know me. And I'm like, oh,
Well, I thought because of what I think if I hadn't been wearing like the Tony shirt and the Bill Ogden sticker, I would not have necessarily assumed it. But I just thought it's pretty reasonable. They might be a fan and like
Yeah.
look at fucking E in this stupid shirt.
Yeah.
And I sit over there like,
no, it's a
"Listen-
great photo if they know you.
Right, listeners of what?
by the way, I don't know if you guys noticed, but the Bill Ogden
Dude.
sticker fits perfectly on the pop socket.
Yes. You know where it doesn't fit perfectly?
Where?
On a fucking vintage Gibson acoustic guitar.
Oh no.
Yeah. When Bill walked up and decided to just stick it on there and went,
Oh.
the fuck is the matter with you? Bill? Are you kidding me? He's like, oh, sorry about that. And then he put it on my chest. I was like, much better. Dude, I laughed so hard because there was one table in front of, like, right at the front, like, front of the stage, front row.
Right.
There's a four-top, and these two couples, older, very nice, sweet, clearly not Detroit cast. They're just there for a meal. They're there to have dinner. You know, it's like, I'm just here. A meeting. A meal. I said a meal.
I said a meal.
So these four are sitting there, and I'm on the microphone, and they're literally the only ones in my eye shot. So I'm looking. I keep looking at them.
Well, you've got a great opportunity here, Mike, to
Sell the show.
grow the audience.
Right. I start talking, and unfortunately, I've got to make a plug for J. Chris Newberg right out of the gate because he's there, and and I have to announce the name of his fucking show, which starts with heroin. I was like, J. Chris Newberg is here, everybody, and our listeners are like, yeah, and these people are like eating their chicken chevre or whatever.
Share.
And
Chicken
and they're looking at me like, what the fuck? The confusion that must have set in this poor Four Tops
yeah.
mind. Why is Darren McCarty at our table? Why is this guy playing comedy and swearing?
That had to be so randomly odd.
So random.
Yeah.
Why is this Russian woman throwing T-shirts
Yeah.
at people? Why is this fucking weirdo handing out free drinks? I'm here having dinner. And I got as far as heroin has, and I swear to God, this older guy went, the look, he couldn't even let me finish the sentence, and nobody else saw this because I'm on the stage looking at him. And I went, "Yeah, he's got a great podcast. Y'all check it out. Heroin has." He was like, "Oh, she recoiled so much so that I went, oh, you poops. Look at this poops. He doesn't know." And he's like, "I'm like, it's heroin has a great. It's not about heroin." And he's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Dude, for real, it's a funny show." And Chris had to go over there. He's like, "Hi, heroin has a great." He's like, I just hate drugs." Chris is like, "So do I. So do I. It's not about drugs." But by the end of the night,
Yeah, that guy came up to me later. He's like, "Hey, your show sounds really interesting. Where can I find it?" So
Dude,
I
he
think
came-
you grew the audience, Mike.
we
Well
did.
done.
We definitely did. The woman, like, Chris was doing some stuff that it was like, oh, he's talking about coming on people now. Oh,
Yeah.
fuck.
The gum song is
The
awesome.
cum song.
I'm so glad he did the gum song.
I know, it's great. but I'm like, we're going to lose them. We just gained a couple new listeners, Jay, and Newberg's going to fuck it up and lose them. And they were laughing along. And by the end of it, I went up to them, and they were like, what was the name of it? How do you spell that again? I was like,
awesome.
Detroitcast, man. Check it out. It might not be for you, but maybe it will be. But, yeah, it was really funny. And all I could think the rest of the night was how weird that would be if you were just at, like, a fucking steak and ale, and all of a sudden this circus comes into town out of nowhere. It's got to be the weirdest thing ever. You know what I mean? Like,
Yes,
that's a
that had to
story
be
they'll
weird.
be telling forever. You're not gonna believe it. I mean, Joan and I were at
Darren McCarty.
a
wants it.
Hamlet pub, and all of a sudden Darren McCarty's there.
And then some comedian from L.A. and then some Russian lady, and then there was a wrestler, I guess. That actually was honestly, out of all the listeners, I saw a post, and that was my favorite post. Someone took a picture of Darren McCarty, Chris Newberg, and J.R. Adams, and said it was like a hockey player, a comedian, and a stuntman walk into a bar, and I was like,
awesome.
fuck yeah, dude, that's what happened.
Well, it hit home too after we did the song at the end. The picture of all of us on stage together, like all of us, was like, holy shit, man, that came together. That was a big group of people up there, and having that whole bar, including the Four Top, who did not know us, singing the chorus to "What Up, Fam? What Up, Fam?" in unison was fucking
Yeah, it was
dope,
fun.
dude. Was just flat dope. And when T-Roy started to sing a verse he wrote himself, and the bar lost it, man. Oh my God, it was so fun. We've got actually video from the show last night or yesterday afternoon at the house, so we'll get that up too. So you can. I was like, Michelle Dion's here. We might as well video it for people. That's what they're going to want to see anyways. So we'll have that out there, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Travis, you brought the board that was able to take the stick. So we have audio of not the whole night, but of Chris's performance, like the half hour.
Basically, when the show started until we
He's got
stopped.
the whole show.
Wow.
Nice.
So we'll get some we'll get some audio up there so you guys can hear like the sing along at the end and Chris's full set. We can put that up, and so yeah, if you weren't there, you'll be able to kind of get a feeling for how it was.
Hey, before we go much further, Mike, there is a huge message from our friend Mike Lindell.
This is Mike Lindell. Can you hear me?
This is big. Get a 2-pack of MyPillow premiums for $69.98. That's only $34.99 per pillow, which is the lowest price ever offered on podcast or TV. This offer is only available at mypillow.com. And, of course, you got to use the promo code TDC.
Very good. So over the weekend, had some things going on, and we were at the bar, so I didn't. But I think most of you guys saw this, the Preakness,
Yeah, dude.
and I love
The
that,
riderless horse.
Yes,
What? Shit.
I love that. Well, Trav, you guys can find it. I love that Country Horse, the guy that won because the other guy cheated maximum security or whatever. That dude was never supposed to win a race, right? Like he was just
You're talking about
just
Kentucky Derby right now.
the Kentucky Derby from 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever it was, a month ago. And so Country Horse, it's like, oh my God, Country Horse won the biggest race, Kentucky Derby. Could he win the Triple Crown? He's like, no, I'm good. I'm not even
I know.
I'm not even playing in that
I'm
race.
a middling horse. I'll
Yeah,
just
I'm-
hang back here.
I'm basically like Glue Factory Horse. They almost named me Glue. And so, yeah, I win the Kentucky Derby and stuff. That was all fun, but screw the Preakness. I'm out.
Yeah,
Nope,
he was.
I'm out.
Yeah.
And so he took a knee. Maximum Security was like, fuck it, I'm out too. I'm out. And so the Preakness comes around. You know there's not going to be a Triple Crown winner, but it's still a big race. And I just start seeing like Twitter blow the fuck up about riderless horse. Guy falls off horse. And I'm like, oh, I got to see
Doesn't it just tickle you when you see something like that? Yes!
Jay,
yes!
you just don't understand how happy it makes me.
I know.
Honest to God.
And it wasn't like the rider fell off right at the end. No, it was the entire race. Right out of the gate, man.
It was like the horse went, get out of here. What is it, Bodie?
Yeah, Bodie Express.
Bodie Express, yeah. And this is the thing. Everyone's like, he just keeps running.
Yeah.
Like, do you
They're
really need
athletes,
that
Mike.
asshole
They're
on your
athletes.
back with a switch just kicking the
You
shit out of
clearly
you?
do because he went way wide.
He did go a little wide, but if you gave him a couple months to practice on his own, I bet he could get it together. You know what I mean? Like, dude, take 100 pounds. Well, those guys are like 60 pounds.
Right.
Take 60 pounds and an ass whooping off your back.
Yeah.
Dude, you mean I got to wear the roses at the end without that guy? Yeah, I'll win.
Watch, he wears this guy for like a split second. Then the staples come loose and the guy just falls right
Dude,
off.
it's like he's like, why am I wearing this giant jacket? And
Yeah.
he just whipped it off right out of the gate. The guy goes tumbling down.
Now, if you watch closely, though, the starting gate guy in that particular area is actually holding on to the horse when they open it. So the horse freaks and bucks the guy off.
There were a couple guys, too, down on the right, like stage right. I thought there was one horse that was like jumping up and shit.
Oh,
like,
I didn't see that.
Yeah, he wasn't the only one, but
All right, so number 9, Bodie Express here is going to have a problem.
yeah.
Start with Bodie Express, as we saw what happened there.
Well, see you later, Dickface. Don't need you
He
anymore.
just
Well, see ya.
bucks up and that dude is gone.
John is standing by with Kenny Rice.
Look at him sitting there on his butt.
He's like, is the guy coming back or what? Do we have to call another horse, an Uber horse? Can we get an Uber horse? He sounds like a munchkin.
He fucking is, man.
Dude, I swear to, does anyone have a helium balloon on him? Because we could do an impression of him really well.
These guys are like purebreds themselves, aren't they?
I had my feet out of the iron, so I lost my balance. And
At what point in life, if you're that wee little man like that,
I'm good.
do you either call George Lucas and be like, hey, you got anything coming up, Ewoks, whatever, or you
Yeah.
go jockey?
Well, it's an interesting question you asked, Jay, because I think there's immediacy. Like, you're born, by the time you have a self-awareness and a conscience, I'm an Ewok or nothing, right? I'm going circus or Ewok. Those are my only choices. There's that rare bird that's just a total wisp, but he doesn't know if he's wisp enough because this guy, I don't know if he's wisp enough for an Ewok. He'd be a giant Ewok, but he's perfect for horse riding. You know what I mean? So I think your parents need to help you as you're coming up, and it's like, you know what? He's going to be about 3.5 feet tall. Probably too tall for an Ewok, but jockey it is.
He's gone. He's gone on his butt.
Hold on, back it up. I got to see it again. Look how embarrassed he looks like.
Yeah,
oh,
he's just
man.
But Bodie, like, to me,
Yeah, oh, see you later, pal.
yeah, maybe with some training, Bodie would get it and go inside here. But,
Look at him. He's on his
as
own.
the crow flies, Brody, come on,
You
man.
hear Marisa laugh in the back. This race gets funnier as it goes because it's like he's still hanging in
He's
there.
going.
He does not need that ass wipe on his. Look at him. He's like total freedom.
It
I can
is-
go anywhere I want. I just keeps running. Yeah, I
There he
just keep going. Yeah, it's cool. You know what? The guy's usually whipping my can at this point. He hasn't done. Oh, he's not on there.
Did they say if anything? What if he had won? Like, what would have happened?
That would not
I already looked because that's the question. What happens? Which is bullshit.
Why?
bullshit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
why?
give the athlete the win, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Look at him
Dude.
go, though. Does not last.
if a taxi takes you home successfully, you don't get an award. If anything, the taxi driver that got you home deserves the award.
0.16 seconds.
Look at him. He's stood by himself.
Yeah, he's gaining. He's gaining.
I could
know.
win. I could blow by these guys and win. Yeah. Hey, what's going on, Phil? You look pretty comfortable with that dude on your back.
So awesome, man.
You should try it my way with no one. The other horse is like, what the heck?
Yeah.
How did he get so lucky? Look, you're right, Jay. He's going way too wide. Way too wide. But, dude,
But he's in the right there. He's in the lead pack.
does War of Will win?
I think that's who won, yeah. Or
The best is they send that, the woman or the guy on the horse to come and cut him off. Like, towards
right.
the end, it's
To
like,
wrangle
oh,
him,
okay,
yeah. Yeah.
wrangle him in. He's
no, it takes forever to get.
get out of here, Dick Luck, I'm finishing my race. Get away from me. He's having none of it. Watch these guys try to, look at him. Get out of there, leave me alone, I'm in
Yeah.
last place, leave me alone. No, get it away. They're finally like, all right, let him finish his race.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got this. Dude, he's right there with the pack.
I know.
He's losing bigly, but he's right there. He's not 80 lengths behind. He's not a lap down. Without anyone telling him what to do, without a whip on his ass once, he's right there.
I wonder how often that happens. This cannot be the first time. You know,
I love it.
Obviously, in a big race, like I don't remember one in a huge Triple Crown race like this, but this
Yeah.
has to happen. This has to happen.
We've seen tangled hooves before. That's usually where this happens, where they're halfway through the race,
Right.
and two guys bump, and then some guy goes ass over apple cart, and you can literally feel the whole country uproariously laughing at the same time when you see that little guy just like
You know
a
what?
tumbleweed in the desert, just barreling down
Absolutely.
the fucking track.
This video of him bucking him off right out of the gate makes me realize like how important that goddamn tractor is that gets that gate out of the way. What if that thing stalls,
Wait,
man?
so what is it? There's a tractor? I
Yeah,
thought
they
they just
pull the-
open it like
No. After they're done, they release the hounds or they release the horses. They're
poops,
gone.
yeah.
But then the tractor pulls the gate out.
Oh, if he just stalled,
What if it stalls?
guys would run right into the fucking
They
fence.
would,
Yeah,
dude.
They got
I have a
drop
feeling
the
those
dirt.
athletes would run right through there.
they're
Just leave them
focused.
open.
You think they
Go right through the
right
gates.
through the gates? Put a turnstile in there for him. Just blow right through it. What would they do
Dude.
if it was like, oh shit, I'm out of gas? Anyone got gas? I forgot to gas my tractor.
The jockeys wouldn't realize until after that final turn.
What
and they're
did
like,
they do?
shit, man, the gates are still up.
Well, at that point, the horse is going to look out for the horse, right? Like his basic instincts are going to kick in. He's going to be like,
I would think.
so what does the jockey do? Does
Ass
he
over
just
apple
bail?
cart.
Does he bail?
I don't know.
Because he's got to be going, oh, the horse is not going to be thinking of my best interest.
I don't know, but see how important that tractor is?
Yeah. It's a big
Man.
deal. It's a big deal.
Man.
Maybe they get those clowns out there. Don't they put clowns jump in a barrel and distract them?
The rodeo.
No. Well, I would work with a poops horse.
I mean, it would work, but they wouldn't have them there on staff.
Well, they should. That's Mike's point. They should.
It's just, the guy's out there do a little dance and then dive into a barrel and let
That's
them all
basically what that final track official was trying to catch that riderless horse. There was basically a circus clown.
And she knew. She was like, all right, this guy.
Dude, she gave it chase pretty well there for a little bit.
He put his hoof up like, suck it, get away. It's my race to finish. Leave me alone, lady. And she was like, all right, I got it. It's on you.
Bodie Express. Well done, sir.
Bodie Express was the hero this country needed. Like, the internet is such a shit storm. Like, everybody hates everybody. And it was like, in one lap, the entire country went, thank you, Bodie Express. They all fell in love with his poops.
We can all agree on that.
How could you not? There's probably one Joel out there that's like, Bodie Express is a fucking asshole, really. Could have won it for his owners. I mean, what a dick. There's probably one.
Probably.
There's one out there.
Hey everybody, Twin Peaks, it's your ultimate sports lodge with a menu to match. Pair any of their made-from-scratch menu items with a frosty 29-degree draft beer served by a beautiful Twin Peaks grill, and you're in for a legendary sports watching experience. Twin Peaks, eats, drinks, scenic views.
If I asked you on Thursday when we did our final show for the weekend, Jay, do you think you'll make it to Sunday without ever seeing Arnold Schwarzenegger get drop kicked in the back?
Yes.
What would your
Yes.
answer have been at that point?
Oh my God, I'd have bet a lot of money.
You would have all in.
yeah,
all chips
in.
Like, dude,
yeah, Schwarzenegger's not gonna get drop kicked in the back.
you would have looked at me and gone, I don't know what you know, bro, but fuck you, all in. I'm betting the house. I'm all in. Schwarzenegger I will not see him get drop kicked in the back over the
How
weekend.
randomly odd was that, man? What was he at? Some sport event
In
thing
Africa.
in Africa, like promoting basically athletics or kids
Yeah.
sports.
Well, it's like, it's Arnold's thing, right? It's the sport. It's some sports the Arnold Sports Festival in Sandton Convention Center, and there's like 90 sports there. I'm like, there's not 90 sports in the world. What fucking 90 sports are you doing? What are you down to? Go name 90 sports.
Yeah, there's a
Go
lot.
ahead.
I mean, it'd take a while.
There's
but
a
we
lot.
could-
Yeah,
It depends on what it depends on what people's definite. I mean, cheerleading's a sport, right? So I mean,
Well, they
it's
counted
not,
jump
but
roping. They counted jump roping.
So my point is, like, I mean, I've watched rock paper scissors on ESPN too one time.
That's true.
So
Good point. Yeah. But I think if I gave you guys a half hour, you could come up with 60. Like off the top of your head, 60.
Yeah,
And if I didn't give you a
90,
bang-
90 seems like a lot. but-
yeah, for one sports complex that Arnold's running, it seems a bit high. That's all. Like if he was like, we focus on the major four and then we throw in jump roping and shit. I'd have been fine with that. But 90? Okay. So yeah, he's filming like someone doing jump roping, and I think that girl kind of sucked too. It was like speed jump roping, and as soon as he hands his camera back, I guess he was on Snapchat or something. Some dude out of nowhere comes and just kicks the shit out of him in the back.
There's 2 angles of this.
Oh shit! I'm looking at it right now. I have the angle of Deadspin hand on, so I don't know if this
Let's
is.
see it. You guys can find it. There's
All
plenty.
right, so this angle is going to show him fall toward us.
Okay.
But the remarkable thing about the other angle is how relatively little he moves when he's drop kicked.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, I think this one's better because it makes it look like maybe he fucking absolutely plants.
Yeah, because his face goes forward in kind of a whiplash motion. His head goes
Yeah.
back. But when
And
you
you
see
can
the
see the
other
guy
angle,
coming.
yeah, when you see the other angle, it's like, holy shit! I mean, he's kind of a rock just standing there, and
He's Arnold Schwarzenegger.
yeah, and this dude, I mean, you'd think he'd have moved him a foot or so, but
Yeah.
not really.
I thought the same thing, dude. It was like, dude, if he'd have kicked me like that, I'd definitely break a neck.
Sorry. You want me to?
No, you're all right. You just wouldn't see it coming, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so he's sitting here Snapchatting this chick who you said sucks at jump roping. I didn't notice that.
I think
Okay,
she
let's
kind
see.
of does. I think she fucks up right out of the gate. You know.
All right, so here's this
is your
asshole
highlight.
behind him.
She's down once already.
Yeah, come on.
Oh, she's getting a rhythm. Oh, fucked up again. Nice job.
Is she going 2 per jump? Is that the deal?
I don't know. It doesn't matter. You're supposed to be the shit. I've seen you fuck up 3 times already.
But she's getting fit, and that's what matters.
Just getting fit. He's all
So here
happy.
he is promoting wellness, whatever,
Yeah,
activity.
smile.
Gives the phone back, and here he comes. Boom! How random! It's so weird.
random. How do you not beat the dog shit out of the guy? Like his security, don't you automatically owe it to your boss to get 4 straight, break a bone in his cheek, something?
Here he goes. And that still of him going forward is
It's
all over the place.
memeable, dude. I know.
So,
It's,
yeah.
See if we can pause there.
Good pause, Ethan. Well done.
It really, the human body is not meant to have sudden changes in anything that we're not aware of that's
Yeah.
coming. And that's proof of it right there. The body just goes, ugh. And so, but doesn't that make it look like there's no chance? He's going down on his face.
Oh my God, yeah, it looks like he's getting his ass kicked. But when you see the other angle, it's like, holy shit, man, he absorbed this pretty good.
I think this.
I mean,
is-
you remember who were watching the Cuban dictator?
Oh yeah, yeah.
He misses
Castro.
Castro misses one step, and it's just Jay. I mean, how do you describe that except absolute disaster?
Oh yeah,
right? It's
yeah.
a dumpster
The
fire.
Muscle memory is very important in
Gone.
steps.
You miss a quarter step like Castro, and you are face planting without getting your hands up. Schwarzenegger, man, he takes a solid kick. That's a big boy behind him.
Yeah, look at his security. Holy shit.
Oh man, what is this guy thinking?
So here comes our guy. Now we got the jump rope.
You're right,
failing.
terrible jump
Right,
rope,
see the
dude.
guy? He's sort of off to the side.
Where?
I just pushed him off.
Yeah, she's a shit jump rope. Right?
Terrible.
She really
Yeah.
is. Arnold's just tickled by this.
Oh yeah.
Oh, activity.
Yes. Activity. I fucked a maid. Stop thinking about me fucking the maid.
All right, here it comes, man.
Yep.
Look at that. He barely moves.
Barely moved him.
He barely moved.
Barely moved. He's like, what? Was there a fly? Is there a bug in here?
Yeah.
Yeah, shit, dude.
Believe that?
How do you not just fucking pound, pound, pound? Right? Don't you pound him?
Yeah. Be hard not to. So it sounds like we just have a completely mentally ill dude. No political statement, nothing like that. No
Pause.
manifesto that we know of.
Pause where you are because I need to get your opinion about this because there's some debate. Back it up just a little bit when the guy starts screaming.
Oh, okay.
A lot of people believe he is shouting, "Help me! I need a Lamborghini! Help me! I need a Lamborghini!"
Okay.
All right?
Let's hear it again.
And then the other option is, or it's possible the man was saying something in one of South Africa's many official languages. So it's either help me, I need a Lamborghini, or he's speaking Swahili. Go ahead, E.
Okay.
Help me! I need a Lamborghini! Help me! I need a Lamborghini!
No way. No way is he saying I need a Lamborghini.
He's saying, help me! I need a Lamborghini! Help me! I need a Lamborghini! Back it up, Isis.
Okay.
He's saying I need a Lamborghini, right?
Yeah, sure.
You don't think so? Give Marisa your headphones so she can hear it.
Okay.
Or hit play. Jesus, stop.
What do you mean?
Go ahead. I'm trying to get an assessment in the room. Would you stop fucking questioning me?
Help me! Obrigado, Augusto! Help me! I need a Lamborghini! Help me! I need a Lamborghini!
I mean, don't we all, though? You know?
Second time around, I need a Lamborghini, right?
I could use one, too. Who couldn't?
Yeah, I'd fucking kill for it. I thought at first he said, "Help me, I'm an all-star. Help me, I need a
There was
Lamborghini."
something about All-Star,
Something
too.
about
I thought it-
All-Stars. It was like, is he not happy with the upcoming All-Star ballots or something in the American League? I don't know.
Fucking randomly weird.
Jesus. You know, the thing that sucks is apparently this guy is known in that area for causing shit, doing shit like this, pulling stunts. You know, he's one of those. He's going to get on the red carpet and tackle someone, or
Gotcha.
kiss someone. He's
Well,
their version
it is your
of that.
opportunity if you're ever going to drop kick Schwarzenegger.
You're all right.
But you do see him early in the video. He kind of saunters up behind, and one of the security guys kind of gives him an arm. Moves
Oh, was that
moves
him?
away. Yeah.
See, I got the impression he came from the other corner, the far corner of the gym.
No, he's wearing like gray
sprinting.
and black. No.
Like,
So
from
you
this
can-
angle, is that what you're talking about,
you
Jay?
can
You could
see
see
him.
him.
Yes.
Really? Let me see. I got to see that really quick.
Okay.
So so where is he, Jay? You point him out when you see him. Never mind the
Right
shitty
here,
jump
right here.
roper.
That guy.
That's him.
Yep.
And she was like, "All right, you want to brush me off, son? I'm going to let it be known I need a Lamborghini. I am. There's only one way to do it.
In seconds, the world is going to know I need a Lamborghini.
Help me, world. I need a Lamborghini.
Maybe that's what this whole thing was about.
I hope he gets his Lamborghini. Honestly,
A
Arnold was
crowdfunding thing.
fine.
Arnold finishes, hands his phone over, and here he comes. Boom.
That is incredible.
Help me! I need a Lamborghini.
Help me! I'm an all-star.
All-Star.
Help me! I need a Lamborghini. Help me! I need a Lamborghini.
He does.
Help me! I need a Lamborghini.
He needs a Lamborghini. Period. Help me! I need a Lamborghini. Is he saying lamb or guinea pig? Maybe he wants a lamb or a guinea pig. Help me! I need a Lamborghini. Help me! I need a Lamborghini. It's either a Lamborghini, which would seem
one of
odd
the two.
in Africa. Maybe a lamb or a guinea would be nice. Yes. Anyway, that they've come out with this. I think it's kind of cool. Schwarzenegger has no plans to press charges. He's like, whatever.
Right.
Whatever. Honestly, it almost broke that guy's legs more than he stopped himself immediately when he hit Arnold.
Yeah.
If you pay attention.
He absorbed some energy there.
He took all of Mr. Universe's, all the punch from him. So yeah, they're like, yeah, this guy's kind of a clown. We know him a little bit, but anyway, yeah. I was reading about this kid. Did you hear about the kid that died over the weekend? It was one of the Columbine.
Oh, right. Yeah.
How sad is that, man? And I can totally see how this happens. 37-year-old guy. I mean, it doesn't seem possible that Columbine was 20 years ago.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But he was shot there. His buddy died in front of him.
Yeah. His buddy that was shot and killed was the last person killed at Columbine. As far as students, I mean, I guess Dylan and whatever, didn't they shoot themselves? So I guess they would count as technically the last two in the building to die.
I reckon.
Yeah. Do they count in the victims?
Some
usually-
counts they do that. Yeah.
That's bullshit, right?
Yeah, I agree. No,
Yeah.
they shouldn't be counted for anything.
Because I think 13 kids or students and faculty died in Columbine, and then
That's like on
those two.
That was like on what was it? Remember Curb? There was that episode where the guy they thought they had this big thing where the survivor was going to be there. There was going to be a survivor.
Yeah.
And it was like of like 9/11 or something, and it was like he
It
really
was one of the
just-
members from the game show Survivor.
Or no, it was just like he was just a guy that was just happened to be in the city, I think, or something. Like it was like 50
No.
blocks. Or-
Remember the Curb one when they were going to have a survivor on, and they thought it was like a Jewish,
Oh, okay.
like a Holocaust survivor, and then one of the stars
Well,
from
I've seen
CBS reality show Survivor shows up, and Larry's like, "The fuck,
Maybe
man?"
it's been SNL or something then too, because I remember seeing
Maybe,
some bit where
maybe.
there was a joke of like, "Oh, I'm a survivor of 9/11." He's like, "Dude, you were 100 blocks away. What are you
Yeah.
talking about?"
We talk about that because there's that woman that was in that that news story or documentary. She was like,
Yeah.
my son died in 9/11. I was like,
He
yeah.
died on a motorcycle.
On a motorcycle
yeah,
in the
driving
Finger
out
Lakes,
of the city. Yeah.
in the Finger Lakes, a few hours north of Manhattan. It's like, no, dude, you do not get 9/11 survivor status by being in the Finger Lakes on a motorcycle. Sorry, that's not how it works. Anybody killed on 9/11 anywhere in the world does not get 9/11 survivor status. So anyway, yeah, this kid in Columbine, Austin Eubanks, I recognized him when I saw him when they showed some of the pictures from, like, he was a junior, 17-year-old junior at the time, and he got shot a couple times, and his best friend, like you said, what was his best friend's name? But he had this routine, like his best friend, Corey DePooter. And so every day they would like, let's get together in the library and we'll discuss what we're doing after school. So if they're going to walk by this chick's house or go smoke weed in the woods, whatever they're going to do for the day. You remember that.
Absolutely.
And so
I don't think we ever met in the library to discuss such things.
No.
I'm not sure I know where the library was.
I I couldn't tell you.
Honest to God, I don't remember. Like,
don't-
when I think of the floor plan of our high school, I can't picture the
I
library.
could tell you where the I was gonna say the reservation.
Special needs.
Yeah, floor was. It was like the whole floor.
Yeah.
No Sedge Nag and Narwhal, his crew,
His
and
whole crew.
and then the band and stuff.
They rolled that floor. Yeah.
I can't tell
Library.
you.
I don't know where it was.
I have no idea
Yeah.
where Harrison's library is.
No.
I'm not even kidding. You
I know.
right now.
I'm not either.
You have to be kidding. You're smarter than that. You know where.
Dude, I don't remember. I have no picture in my mind
there-
of that library.
Are we certain there was a library in
I'm
Harrison
not
High
certain.
School?
I'm not certain there was.
I'm not certain either.
Huh.
Well, if you don't have computers for internet, why would you need a library?
We had computers.
Internet?
Not
We had
internet.
pet-
We had,
That's what I said. I
We
said
had
if you don't
pet
have
computers, you could play Word Munch on them.
yeah. What do you think Jay played his Indian Trail and stuff?
I know,
or
but
whatever that
that's why I
thing
said
was.
very specifically though. If you don't have internet, why do you even need a library to go there?
There's fucking books
Library's
there,
books.
It was a joke. It was,
Oh.
it was a joke.
That's a terrible joke. That was.
I
Where's David Chuck when needed him? Huh?
It wasn't like that
I
big of a
didn't get
setup.
it.
I just kind of said it.
Don't blame the audience because the comic can't fucking deliver a.
blame the audience. I just said something and I guess it didn't go over.
I tried. I'll give you credit for laying it out.
I don't know.
You laid it out there. It didn't. It can't all be home runsy. Nice try.
Right.
It's fine. It's got a good point though. Why do you need a library without? I mean, microfiches.
When you go to the library these days, dude, that's all it is. Is people they're at the
Oh,
library.
they rent
but-
movies.
Okay, you're right. They definitely rent movies and
It's basically a fancy blockbuster now. The library.
right, a free fancy blockbuster.
No porn though, right?
No, that's what I know.
You can get R-rated though.
Yeah, there's there's tons of movies on my library.
NC-17.
I don't know.
Anyway, I don't know why that happened. But honest to God, I believe you, and I hope people believe both of us. I don't know that Harrison had a library. I can't tell you if one existed.
If anyone's
It
listening
had
who went to
have.
Harrison and remembers the library, please write in.
Like
Let us
Jay
know.
did really well in school. I did really poorly, and neither of us remember if there
Don't
was a library.
remember a library.
I'm going to go on record and say I don't think there was. I don't think we had a library.
Put all the money into the football team.
That's right.
Yeah, well, I need books. Bring out these guys that are like
yeah.
tackle ball. State championships, damn it.
So anyway, this kid Austin Eubanks, it's the eve of the 20th anniversary of the shootings. And back then he told he gave DailyMail.com an interview, and he was talking about how he spiraled into opioid addiction and alcohol addiction to kind of way to numb the pain. I mean, it's a very familiar story. And he became an advocate for fighting addiction. And this is a guy that as recently as just in the last couple months was on tour speaking about, you
Right.
know, trying to help people fight addiction. And, you know, we've seen counselors in addiction facilities that are selling heroin to patients. Like,
Oh my God.
crazy shit. Yeah. So the family, you know, hey, he lost the bet. They don't know exactly what it was, but they're not stupid. 37 years old, no foul play. Looks like they're going to do an autopsy tomorrow, so we'll know more. But the family's already issued a statement saying he lost the battle with the very disease he fought so hard to help others face. We thank the recovery community for its support. As you can imagine, we are beyond shocked and saddened, and request that our privacy is respected at this time. And so, yeah, it's really tough when you know, if you think back to when Columbine happened and how rare, you know, a gunman walking into a school hallway
Yeah.
and just opening fire, right? Especially with a gun like that. You know, there's such a vast difference in the sound, the pops of a 9mm, 22 or 40 cal versus a semi-automatic rifle like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't remember the details of that. You seem to remember more of Columbine than I do. I don't
Yeah,
remember
the
what
trench
guns
coat
they
kids,
had.
yeah.
I don't know.
I don't think it was ARs, but it was semi-automatic what they had, and then I think they had handguns. I think they killed themselves with handguns in the end. But so for them though, they're in the library. Fucking rich school had a fucking library in it.
Yes, or a shitty football
Crazy.
team. Tackle ball, sorry.
Right.
Maybe that's why our football team sucked, because we had a library.
Probably. Oh yeah. You can't have both. You
Yeah.
know that. Can't have both. And so they sit down to talk about what they're going to do later in the day. And all of a sudden, a teacher bursts and they start hearing pops in the hallway. And he's like, 1999, nobody knew what the sound of semi-automatic burst rounds
Think,
going
like,
off in your hallways.
Firecrackers, maybe. You're probably
would-
just like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, you wouldn't know. And honestly, if you think about it, nobody really does, because anybody that does is probably dead from it. But anyway, back then, nobody would know what that sounds like. And so he says, and you could see how this would happen. A teacher comes bursting through the door and is like, everybody down. She's like, she shouted for us to all hide under the table. And he says, all I remember is everybody stood up. Like, oh, you know, like she wants everyone under tables hiding, and they all just stood up and froze.
Yeah.
And nobody knew what high-powered gunfire sounded like in the hallways of school. Then she yelled at us again, and we realized this was serious. So Corey and I hid under a table as the gunman came in firing. And imagine, dude, you're got all your classmates hiding wherever they can, and they're methodically going table to table. Oh, there's one. Boom, boom, boom. You know, put 3 bullets into each.
Yeah.
And so your thing is, if they shoot you in the leg or the hand, can you play dead at that point so that they think they finished you off and move on to someone else? So that's what this kid did. Austin got shot in the hand and in the leg, and just played dead and watched his best friend get shot. And this is gonna hurt you, Jay, in the neck, chest.
Damn, man, he shot me in the neck.
And arm.
Of all places. It's
I
so
know.
supple.
It's
just
it is.
so...
You don't even want to be pinched in
No,
the neck. I mean, the
it's-
bruising, icky. It's just...
The glands.
Oh, the glands. I didn't even think about the glands.
Yeah.
Swollen or not. It's just... There's a lot of floaty
Too
going
much.
on. And
Too much.
A lot of movement. So
You
anyway...
say you got him in the Achilles, too? Or just... The...
No, not the Achilles.
That would be
Jesus,
like
you got
the double
Achilles on the
whammy.
mind. Yeah, neck, chest, arm. Killed him instantly, but he's laying here with his best friend dead, and he's shot in the hand. He doesn't even realize he's shot in the leg until he tries to get up and run. That's when he knows. But he's able to play dead enough that they move on, and it made his buddy the last person, technically last student killed at Columbine. So they move on, and then he ran to safety. The rest of them, I was taken to hospital for treatment, and that's when my story really began. So he says he was so unable to process what was going on, the grief, that he spiraled into opioid addiction. You can imagine it. That, and I know because, you know, that's about the time a lot of us kind of got into that world where it's like, oh, you fucking got a paperclip. Well, here's 8,000 oxys. You know, that'll fix it. Let me know if you need more. It was just a different world. You can't imagine it now, but back then, the push to get that shit being used by doctors on patients was so they were
Was that around 2000 or
99 is when
90,
this
yeah.
was, but yeah, it was around that time when there was so much money and the lavish island parties they were taking doctors to, where they're all wearing OxyContin hats and shit. Like, that's what was going on. They're paying them tremendous sums of money and then going, make sure you have our OxyContin pens on the desk, and your prescription pad is brought to you by OxyContin. Here's some hats, and let's take your wife on a cruise. And so these guys are just like, yeah, you fucking nicked your toe. Here's, non-addictive.
New
It's all
wonder
bullshit.
drug, OxyContin.
Wonder drug, non-addictive. It's crazy. And so he runs into that, and they put him on Vicodin at first, 7.5 milligram, not bad. You know, there's 750s, 1000s, and 500s. 750, you know. So he's doing that for a while, and this goes right where it goes. You get addicted to it, and then you need something stronger. You can either take 50 Vicodin, or you can move on to something stronger. Some people get access to Oxy, like this kid did. Some go to heroin. And so he ends up getting more and more, and he's like, yeah, it helped cope with, lack of sleep and shock. I turned myself into an emotionless robot until I couldn't feel anything anymore. When I took those substances, things felt better. It's like, yeah, they're pain killers. That's what they do. They're very, very good at it. They're very, very good at what they do. They're
Wonderful at
pain
their job.
killers. So if you're in pain with your neck, your toe, or your fucking heart, it doesn't matter. It's going to pain kill. It's going to make you numb. So that quickly leads to alcohol, marijuana, ecstasy, blow, heroin. So he's running the gamut now. At the height of his addiction, he says he was taking 400 milligrams of Oxy every day, which, that's a lot. 580 milligram Oxys a day. Anybody that's taken that, if I were to give you a tiny, less than a quarter of 180, you would be knocked out on my couch the rest of the night.
I believe you.
You would.
Yeah.
So 5 of them a day, but shit, I was taking double that at least. So the height of his shit was at minimum half what I was doing, just for context.
So you're calling this guy a pussy?
Sort of. I'm not calling him a pussy. But no, if he could afford it, he would have been taking 10, 15 of them too. So every day, they say more than 40 times the dose doctors will prescribe initially. So
He was doing 40?
he was doing
So you're
40
doing
times,
80?
so I was doing 80 times.
You win.
I win. I'm better than you. I win. Yeah. I'm a better junkie than you are, dick licker. Pussy. You can only take 40 times. So anyways, then he goes to treatment for 28 days. The minute he gets out of treatment, right back to what he was doing. And I'll never forget it, because when I went to detox, I never went to treatment, but I went to detox, And I remember seeing this guy. There was one guy in there that was just fucking vocal. He was like camp counselor. Was like, yeah, this is his 30th trip around. You know, he's been here. He knows everybody. He's high-fiving. And I'm outside like throwing the football with another kid. It was a young kid, like 17-year-old kid, and I was throwing the ball with him. And this dude's walking out, and I was like, hey, man, he's a big dude. And he's like, yo, I'm like, oh, you out of here? He's like, fuck yeah, man. My mom's going to be here in a minute picking me up. I go, where are you off to? And he just goes, patting his arm. He's going right out the fucking door. And I swear to God, this is like his 30th trip. And he's going right out the door to get smacked.
Sad.
Yep. And then you walk 3 feet over, and there's just a rock bed. There's just a bed, pebbles. And there's names written all over them. And they're all the people that have come and gone, died once they got out of there and relapsed and fucking died. And it's like, oh, there's Lisa's name. There's John. And it's like, holy shit, man. So I don't know what happened to that dude. No idea. But anyway. So, yeah, he did 28 days right back out, does 90 days again, and then slowly falls back into it again. And then in 2011, he got into treatment 14 months. He goes to a place for 14 months and finally started to deal with the real problem, which was the underlying start to it. You're not just trying to get off the drugs. It's like, what was making you go there? What was the pain involved? And it goes back to dealing with the grief, losing your buddy, you know, the shit you never dealt with. And so he does that, and it's like the shit I should have done when I was 17, but, you know, here I am 29 now, first dealing with it. And so his thought all along was we're creating a country that is a powder keg filled with loneliness, isolation, rage, and division of people. It's because of a lack of human connection and because everything is designed to make you feel good and be addicted. He was determined to help others. So, you know, and we see this, you know, it's like you don't want to have a conversation with the guy sitting next to you, you know, at a restaurant. You want to be in your game going, when am I getting more likes? I need a dopamine rush.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We talk about it all the time, and that's kind of his thing is like we're not connecting.
Not connected anymore at all.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Which, you know, it doesn't sound like you could see it, you know, because we're always going, dude, there were always guns. There were always high-powered guns. You think these are the first semi-automatic or even automatic weapons? Automatic guns goes back to the fucking pre-Civil War. You know what I mean? Like, that existed. Why now are we seeing these kids go into a school with no regard for human life and light them up? I mean, that's as good a guess as any.
I agree. I think that's that would be my guess as well.
Do you
Dude's
think
right
that?
on. Yeah.
Because I just don't buy the whole, like, oh, it is what it is. It's just I want to be famous or I want to be notorious. You know what I mean?
I feel like it's a mix
Notoriety.
of a million things, but that's a big one, man. This lack of connection and this introverted, you know, everybody's just looking at their own shit, worrying about their own shit, wanting to get that high, the dopamine rush, like you mentioned. It just,
well, you guys,
it's very dangerous.
People in this room have kids. I don't, so I don't know what it's like to go to parent-teacher meetings, and I don't know what
Neither
it's
do
like.
I'll ask my wife.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. Like you get updated. I'm sure she can update you on some things. But I don't know. I'm not in those things. I don't know how much pressure is on kids to be the fucking greatest and the best, to do all this stuff, and it matters. Like maybe that's driving it too, where it's if you aren't tops, if you aren't special, if you aren't the greatest, you're fucked. You are a loser. And so if these kids are like, oh, I want to be somebody. I need to be somebody. You got to be somebody. I have to win. I have to be the best. You know, well, then I'll be the best fucking murderer in my high school.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. Maybe that's part of it.
I just think it's a million different elements, but I think that's a piece of it for sure.
Yeah.
They're under a ton of pressure. You know, I look at what Manny's graduating from high school, and I look at like the resume that he's built throughout this thing. It's like way beyond what you and I were doing.
Way beyond,
you know? Like,
right?
Dude, it's just, you know, from school to extracurricular stuff to school sports to volunteer time.
Volunteer time.
Like hundreds of hours of volunteer
Community
time.
service.
Yes.
And, yeah.
Like not court ordered. But volunteer time.
Dude, isn't that funny? That's a joke, and people in the room all laughed at once. The only time we did community service was when we got busted with fucking alcohol when we were underage, and they were like,
that was the
"All
only
right,
time it
dick
came into
face."
your head.
Dude. And if you were lucky, you went to some place where the guy was like, just come here for 4 hours. I'll sign off in 12.
Yeah.
Get out of here, you punk ass. But, dude, that's it. But you're right. Like, that helps. That helps you get ahead to whatever.
Sure. And then you look at it, and the scale's totally different now. You've got to have a 4.3 instead of the 4 point that was good enough 10 years ago. You know?
Yeah.
And the way you get that is by taking AP classes and doing tops in AP classes. So it's like AP classes. What the fuck, you know? That was kind of around when we were, you know.
I was going to say, AP classes were around, and I remember that weirdo that was like, oh, she's a 4.2. And it was like, what?
Yeah.
4.0 is the highest you can get. That's like
She's lying. She's lying.
The losers claim she got a 4.3.
Impossible.
Impossible. 4.0 is the greatest. You can't give more than 100% of yourself.
And they're like, dude, there's a thing called AP.
Yeah,
You can
it's all
score
about
high.
advanced placement. Dick liquor. You ever hear of it? It's a lie. Never heard of it.
I wasn't informed of that.
I hated that too. That snobby. Oh, where's Deuce? Oh, he's in AP English this hour. All right, he's in English class. Do I need to know it's advanced placement? I get it. He's fucking smart.
Right.
Fuck him. You know.
But yeah, it's ramped up, you know, to the nth degree now.
Well, I'm reading these things, and I'm sure you've seen them because you guys have kids that are dealing with that age. People in this room, the SATs, and it's like,
oh, the new score they're giving now.
Dude, I just sit back and I'm like, I'm just gonna watch this play out. This is dope. Yeah, this ought to be fun. It's hilarious.
It's not a diversity score, but isn't it really a diversity score?
It's not. That's all. They're not even trying to hide it anymore. It's insane.
What do they call it?
Adversity scores. Like, dude, it's.
No, I said diversity, not adversity.
Oh, yeah.
It's not diversity, but isn't it really diversity?
Yes, of course it is.
Aren't we trying to weigh race, etc., into this?
Every student taking the SAT will now be given an adversity score to level the playing field between people with different social and economic backgrounds, AKA.
So they look at your zip code, they look at, you know, whether you have a two-parent home, etc., and they pump up your score based on that.
If you're a parent today and you don't just go buy a fucking shithole in the ghetto and just get your mail sent there. Yep, Johnny goes there. Take the bonus points, man. Because who gives a shit how smart your kid is?
And they're real coy on what these bonus points are, how many are given, how it's really weighed. You know, it's just this mysterious thing. Well, you know, we're considering adversity.
Well, dude, we trust these people, obviously. I mean, these are administered. This was established by the National College Board. So, I mean...
Sounds important.
Yeah, hell yeah. It's nonprofit. I mean, what else?
Oh, wow. The importance just went through the roof.
Hell yeah. I mean, administrators?
All
the words are there, man. All the words are there.
Sounds smart and well
I'll
thought out.
sign off on that. That's what I want. I want those guys in charge. You don't want Mike and Jay from the Detroit cast.
No.
You know what I mean? You want administrators, part of a nonprofit, college board. Board sounds good. We all want to be on a board. The new system will use 15 different factors to weigh a student's adversity score based on things such as crime and poverty rates in the neighborhood where I grew up. And that has what to do with his book skills? What is the fucking neighborhood crime stats?
Well, there's no question that some schools suck a dick compared to others, right?
Name one.
Come on. You know, you look at Detroit Public Schools versus Canton Public Schools. We'll use PSEP as an example. You know, I love PSEP. No, but, you know, it's obvious. So they're trying to deal with that.
So you're saying life's not fair, is what you're saying.
Yeah, but they're trying to figure that out. And I don't think a simple score like that is going to figure that out, but it's a problem.
Mm-hmm. Maybe some people should kids when they're not.
Should what?
Nothing.
Should they have abortions?
No, they should just be protective. You know?
That's not going to happen, though. I mean,
no shit. I know. It's a real problem. But, dude, the fact is what it is. There's winners and there's losers. That's life. You can't have people on top without having people on the bottom. You want to help them out? Fine. But I don't agree with this. Housing values, family median income, whether a student is a child of a single parent or speaks English as a second language. You're all reading and studying the same book. I don't care how you got there.
No, that's not necessarily true at all.
No way.
You can learn whatever you want to learn. Right? I want kids that belong in that school because they've earned their way in there. You want to take kids off the top that have worked their fucking asses off? These Asian kids that can't get into Harvard?
I know that's
because they want to just. We just want brown and black people.
And by the way,
diverse.
You may say that sort of jokingly with this with Asians, but that's the category that's getting fucked on this.
Oh, I know,
big time, because they are the highest scoring ones. And you're right. There's that Harvard lawsuit going on right now.
Hell yeah. So yeah, the quality of the high school the students attend will be factored in the final adversity score. We can't sit on our hands and ignore the disparities of wealth reflected in the SAT. The system's been tested in 50 different colleges. They're going to expand, and by 2020, this will be everywhere. John Barnhollis is the assistant VP for academic affairs at Florida State. Said, wealthier parents who have kids attending high-performing high schools, they're going to be frustrated by the change. If I'm going to make room for more of the poor minority students, we want to admit, I have a finite number of spaces, then someone has to suffer, and that will be privileged kids on the bubble. The issue of how to factor in a student's race and class into admissions has been controversial, finding its way to the Asian kids at the center of this Harvard thing. They say they're being discriminated. We're by far superior in grades and everything, and you won't let us in because
they're taking into some social. I forget the category, what the name of the category was, but it absolutely is weeding out Asians.
Yeah,
and
which is so weird when you think about it. You know what I mean? But you're right. What was the name of it? They did have some weird name to it, like shit. So not, I can't see it. Anyways, Yale is among the schools that started implementing this adversity school, or this measure, this score measure. This adversity score is literally affecting every application we look at. It's been part of the success story to help diversify our freshman class. You know, I don't know what you do about it. You're never going to not have poor neighborhoods. I mean, they're going to be neglected. You look at Franklin Road right out here, right? It goes for a fucking quarter mile from here. Shut up. You don't even know where I'm going.
I was laughing at you because I do know where you're going.
Actually, you do.
I was going to say, yeah.
Sorry. It goes from my house to, or, you know, I mean, it goes north, but from me to Northwestern, right? It's a quarter mile, tops, half mile, maybe? Whatever.
3/4.
To where Ray is. Shut up.
I'm going to get the odometer out tonight and do it.
You guys can't drive on it right now because they're redoing the road.
Yeah.
And every year in the winter, it fucking snows, and then it freezes, expands, and then you got all the potholes. And
they
they're
can't figure
horrible.
that
I know,
out.
it's
They
crazy how it's
just
horrible.
can't figure
Crazy how
out
they have in
a permanent
Minnesota,
fix.
though, and in Ohio.
But the kicker is Franklin, the next city south is Southfield. And so they're fixing the road right now, and I can almost promise you that they're going to go halfway down that half mile, and then the sign that says "Welcome to Franklin" on the side of the road is exactly the spot that the cement repair ends and the potholes begin.
It's like when you're driving south into Toledo, right? And you leave Michigan, you're like, just a nice
smooth
song.
sailing. It is remarkable. It's like if I find one pothole on goddamn Franklin Road in Franklin, I will have your ass. You'll have neighbors out there fucking filling it. It is smoothed over before the ice melts. The one in Southfield, it's like, nah,
So you're just
throw
saying-
some dirt in there. I'm saying
You're just arguing go all the way to Northwestern, do the job right.
Do the job right.
Go an extra 300 yards or whatever it is.
And that's where it comes with this. Where
But
it's
do you
like,
want, I mean, it's your tax dollars, you know?
I mean,
You're willing to
I'm just
take a
making,
poll of everybody in Franklin,
just
see if we
making
can
a point.
reroute some tax dollars to that extra 300 yards?
I'm making a point that there are disparities between classes that exist, and you're never going to fix it. It is ridiculous. It looks bad to be like, oh, this is all nice. Welcome to the city of Franklin. And the whole thing falls apart to shit. It's like, they don't have enough money in Southfield. They can't fix that. And these schools, it's like, well, you know, there's poorer schools. It's like they're always going to be there. So the problem's always going to be there. Bill de Blasio can get on as many platforms and soapboxes as he wants and complain about these schools that are performing blah, 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 need to be stopped. We need to get more people, blah, blah, blah.
Hold on. Are you talking about Warren Wilhelm?
Yeah, Warren Wilhelm Jr., by the way.
Got it.
But the fact is, Warren Wilhelm can say that from his soapbox all that he wants. But, you know, guess where his fucking kid, Mr. Microphone's going? He's going to that elite high school that he's bitching about to his constituency. And then his kid's going right on to Yale.
Yeah.
So it's like that disparity exists. So now what? Do you want your kid not being able to go to Michigan so some kid that has no business going to Michigan can be there because he had a shittier upbringing? Like, that's never going to change, so that's what we're going to do? I want the best and the brightest going to...
I'm the opposite of you. I kind of look at it like, this affirmative action stuff is just kind of life now, you know? And so I
got
know...
fucked on that when you were going to applying for
Yeah,
colleges, didn't you?
and it's
doesn't
like,
that bother you?
You know, you live with... It's life. It's the society we're in, and... I mean, I'd rather, you know, part of me, it's like, you got to do something, you know, and I'm not saying I support affirmative action in every instance,
You
but
live in America.
my God, I mean, there definitely are smart kids who deserve a chance, who are just in a shithole place, who have no chance. So I don't know if this diversity or adversity score is the way to do this, but I don't know, they're trying something.
So if you've got the best and the brightest, say you've got some kid that just goes to a lower school, You're saying he's the super smart and deserves to be there. Is he at the level that belongs at U of M or at Yale?
Yeah,
or is it? I don't know how that works. I'm asking honestly. Like, does he belong there? But he doesn't have.
Right? Are you going to let him in and he's going to flunk out?
Right.
Yeah.
Because that doesn't do anyone any
No,
good.
it doesn't.
That's pandering at its finest. But if he's not able to go because he doesn't have the opportunities to have the nicest clothes and the fanciest fucking community service resume and all that shit, I don't give a shit about that. But if he's a good student, he's worked hard, and he's there, absolutely he should go to that.
Well,
the
what
bigger
you're
school.
describing is a case-by-case analysis, and without some sort of scoring or looking closely at the issue, how are you supposed to do that?
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't trust humans, and I understand.
Yeah, I don't
what-
trust it either. It sounds
something
really
stinks.
For sure,
Right?
For sure.
When you're not going, because they're talking about, I read it in one of these, it was like, talking about whiteness is toxic. New York City school chancellors being sued, right? By people who are going, I'm an administrator in these schools, and they want more black people in these roles, and so they want us to, like, stand down in our power position so that a black guy who's less qualified can get in that role, so that we have more of that brown and black people in leadership roles. And these people are going, excuse me, I've worked my ass off. I didn't do anything wrong. I'm in this position. Why the fuck are you penalizing me? So they're suing them.
Yeah.
And they're forced, the Department of Education in New York City has forced on these people they've got these things they do. They've contracted the Public Educational Group, Inc., $750,000 to come in and just keep having more and more seminars to all these people in the school system going, toxic white masculinity, toxic whiteness, toxic white is bad, white is wrong. And these people are going, what the fuck, man? I'm an administrator in this process, and this guy is pounding us.
It's really hard to be a middle-aged white man these days.
Sure,
it certainly is.
Richard Carranza, I don't know if you followed the story at all. Appointed by Bill de Blasio.
Warren Wilhelm.
Warren Wilhelm Jr. Yeah, right. And so they're stuck in these lectures and workshops critiquing critiquing whiteness. This is what you talk about, Jay. These panels that are organizing their job is to, what do they call them?
Consultants? What?
Well, no, the ones that are like, we need a group to come in. They got to do something with the money.
Yeah,
So
you
come up with-
got to
form a committee.
Form a committee and
Yes.
come up with findings. At the end of this, we'll come up with some findings.
Did you guys find anything yet? We're coming up with findings. Don't worry. Come on, guys.
The findings are coming.
We got $750,000 burning a hole in our pocket. What are we doing, gentlemen? Jay, by the end of the day, come on, let's go. And he's like, toxic whiteness? Everyone cool with that? And they're like, fuck, sounds as good as anything, man. Let's do it. Let's talk about toxic whiteness. And so, if you read, I know this is stupid when you try to go, oh yeah, well you flip it, like white privilege. Oh, you say black privilege, you'd be a fucking monster. The company defines whiteness as, and it's like, can you imagine if the company defines blackness as if you're just gonna, everything's the same when you're talking about this. We define Asianness as, and you just rip off a bunch of stuff. So whiteness is defined as the component of each and every one of ourselves that expects assimilation to the dominant culture. You feel that, Whitey? There's been a lot of discussion of white supremacy and how it manifests in the workplace. Conversations about race, looking at how white culture behaves. Do you think we all behave the same as a culture?
Oh, my God.
White supremacy is characterized as by perfectionism, a belief in meritocracy. Hold on. You want people selected for power on the basis of their ability? What kind of piece of shit are you?
What are you reading from right now?
This is the group that is holding these things, these seminars that these white people are going, fuck off, I don't want to go to this. This is their definition of
Warren
shit.
Wilhelm's group.
Warren Wilhelm's appointed group, yeah, Junior. And the Protestant work ethic. That's another thing. So, and any time a white person objects, like,
Work ethic. That's hilarious that work ethic is in there. So now a good work ethic is a bad thing. How dare you?
I don't know, man. It's just
That's great, Mike.
What?
It'd be great. Wouldn't it be great if we could, if work ethic became a bad thing, and then we could all just sit around and watch TV and be like, oh, this is how it's supposed to be.
Yeah, sure. I'm for it. I'm for it.
Binge watching TV will be good. Then.
Hell yeah. It's like video day in class.
No, bottom line, I have great sympathy for these kids who are left behind, who are, obviously,
I was left behind.
they're smart kids who just happen to be growing up in shitty areas. But
well, what happens to
I don't know what you do about it.
when they sit there,
other than just improve those areas and try to grow those school systems. But
There's an idea.
Throwing money at the Detroit public school system
Well,
Well, where does that money? You always see it when you watch the
here's
games.
hold on.
Okay,
You-
yeah.
It goes
like-
to the Illich's eat.
I was going to
That's where it
say,
goes.
yeah, when you take $30 million of tax money that's supposed to go to improving the inner city schools in Detroit, I mean, you know what I mean? Like, we'll pay it back in 30 years. Okay, well, take a look, walk down the
Right.
hallways, look at the videos. I mean, it's a shame. It's shameful.
That's why the issue of vouchers is one that, ought to be given a look at least.
What do you mean?
Allow people to use vouchers to get
To go
out
to
of
other
those schools.
schools?
Yeah,
I thought you meant for free lunches, like vouchers for lunches. But yeah,
that too.
that too.
I'm all for a free lunch.
Although, where it goes, it fucking pisses me off. The school in Maryland's like, guys, you're getting PB&Js until you pay us back for the lunch. And they're like, this is
Yes.
an outrage.
I saw that.
No. We get our free hot lunch.
Wait, I didn't cut. What's that?
The schools there, they're like, Johnny doesn't have money because he's poor, so okay, here's your lunch. Now they're going in debt. They're $40,000 under at the school, and they're like, until these parents pay us back the money, we're just going to give you a peanut butter or jelly sandwiches. And the
now I
parents are
gotcha.
like, are you racist sons of a... You're not giving my kid a free fucking hot
He's not
lunch?
getting his chicken share.
He wants his chicken share to Chevry. Damn it. I want my kid to have his free lunch. And it's like, yep, see, that's what you brought on yourselves. You start giving them all free lunches, they expect them. Let's take a quick time out, Jay, and then do we have email? Maybe we can do
Sure.
some email today.
Of course.
So let's take a very, very quick time out. We'll be right back.
The Detroit Cast continues after this short break. continues now, bitches. Here are Mike and Jay.
All right, welcome back to the show. Just a little bit of time left. Ranting over.
Time for email, right?
Yeah, we'll get to email. I did want to mention really quick before email, Jay. I met Peanut's new parents.
I know.
last night.
Yeah, that was cool.
Did you meet them?
Yeah, I met him. Yeah.
I was so happy. Christine Day is the new mom, and I can't remember his name. It's a guy, so it doesn't matter. She's doing
Right,
heavy
exactly.
lifting,
Cares.
obviously. Feeding into brown circles and all that stuff. And I was like, is she still named Peanut? Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was like, oh, thank God. There's nothing worse than when it's like, yep, there goes Munchie.
Yeah, we named him Ivan.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
what?
like, what?
You named him Ivan?
No. Someone, it was like, we had one, and it was like, was it potato? Potato? And potato's like peanut now, or
I thought it was Eve.
Eve. Yeah, Eve. There's a couple of them, and it's like,
That must be very
no.
confusing for potato.
oh my God, potato is just looks like a potato. It's a potato. It's like she's out there running and it knows its name. It's like, come here, potato. Get over here. Potato comes and is like, who the fuck is Eve? I don't look like a Eve. Why?
Looking behind her like, what?
What? And so it's
Me?
like, no,
Me?
that's Peanut. It's like, yeah, you
Yeah, that's
kept it the
good.
name. Yeah, so it was cool seeing them and knowing that Peanut's got a good home.
Beautiful
all
pup. I
that
mean, just
stuff.
calendar worthy.
22 pounds now.
Oh my
She was
God.
like 6 when we got her.
Such a cute.
Playing in the fountain. I got a video posted today of Peanut playing in the fountain at the fountain walk. I was all freaked out by the water. Yeah, put my paws in it and stuff.
Hey, before we get to email, does your money work as hard as you
Nope.
do? You will spend upwards of 45 years working to support your lifestyle, provide for your family, and set aside money for retirement. Do you know, Isis, do you know if you'll be able to retire on your terms? How could you know, Isis? If you don't have a plan, let Mark Leibovitz at LPL Financial help to make sure your money is working as hard as you are. Call Mark today, 248-626-2000.
Isis?
Securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor. Member FINRA SIPC.
To Jay's point, we should get to some email.
All of our OCD was really raging there. Hit it, Mike, hit the bell.
Just do it.
Derek writes in, what up, fags? Can't talk about Atchett's Pie Company? Is
Ackett's.
it Ackett's? Okay.
Ackett's.
Can't talk about Ackett's Pie Company without mentioning the Michigan 4-berry.
Oh, it's to die for.
Best piece of pie
It
you
is.
will ever eat. Give it a shot. Ciao, homos. Derek.
To Derek's point, it's the best fucking pie ever.
Michigan
They're
4-berry.
Yes.
So you got the strawberry Raz, the razzmatazz. You got
Sure.
blueberry and what?
And
Blackberry?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't care.
It's
All I know
red.
is
Red filling. Red's my favorite flavor.
I know it is. Purple is E's favorite flavor.
Right.
And it is filled with nothing but deliciousness. The Michigan 4-berry from Ackett's Pie Company.
You got a thing on the side going with Ackett's, don't
Don't.
you?
No more
Did
than
I
you and your
mention,
masseuse,
Did I
man.
mention systematicmassage.com?
You didn't? No, what is that?
Yeah, go see
Strong-handed
John,
man?
strong-handed man, strong-handed male masseuse, systematicmassage.com.
Yeah,
Your
you'll be
life will
there.
change immediately.
You'll be there signing autographs, taking pictures all weekend.
be
By
there.
20% off when Jay's there.
James writes in, Podfathers, Jay nailed the description on Tab as being dry. So Tab, the soda pop, remember that first diet pop
Yeah.
we talked about? It's as being dry, and I will add that you could not put enough ice in that stuff to make it cold. I'm with you, James. It's weird. Tab is really odd like that. It's just a dry, empty taste.
I'll tell you what, I thought a lot about Tab over the weekend.
Did you?
Yeah, I did. Spent a lot of time thinking about it. And here's the conclusion I've come to about Tab. When you went to a friend's house that had Tab, it meant their parents were really cheap or really, like, your choices were water
I kind
or
of,
they were not going to have Tang in the household that had Tab. They weren't going to have Coca-Cola or Mountain Dew. They weren't going to have Tropicana. They were going to have water
I kind of looked at
and
it
Tab.
as honestly a kind of progressive move by the lady of the house.
Really?
Because it was the first diet pop. I didn't think of it that
But
way.
was it trying to be? Was it bragging that it was a diet pop?
Yeah.
It was, because I don't, like, back in the day,
it was the
like,
Special K of pops.
I'm pretty sure Mountain Dew was part of a balanced meal when we were growing up. You know what I mean? Like a Big Mac,
Yeah.
a Mountain Dew, fries.
Along with
and then
Cookie Crisp.
apple pie. So you got your apples represented, your bread group was well represented, your meat group, and your Mountain Dew group.
Have I ever mentioned that I thought growing up pie was a good breakfast food?
It is.
My dad legit
It still is.
My dad all the time. Well, we've got some pie. Have a piece of pie. It's got fruit and breading. And I legit like thought, holy shit, man, pie's like good
Your
breakfast.
dad, of all people, would give you a piece of pie.
Yeah, because he was a lazy asshole, and he was like just feed the kid, and I gotta go.
So wait, like a Boston cream? would
No,
be
we
like,
have like a leftover slice of apple pie.
Could pumpkin pass as a proper
You know,
breakfast?
we didn't do a lot of pumpkin in my house. It was more
Yeah.
apple or berries.
So you either had the gigundous clear bag of
Yeah, puffed wheat.
fake puffed wheat, right?
Or if you're lucky, there's
pie.
a piece of pie and he'd let you have it.
Could you put whipped cream on top of it,
Nah, we didn't
or
have
iced
whipped
cream?
We didn't have, come on, we didn't have whipped cream.
You didn't have Cool Whip?
No.
Wow, that's tough. Tough family to live in.
Hey, Marisa writes in. She had to kick out of here. Too bad she couldn't hear her email read on her favorite podcast. Catalog grievance. So this follows up.
What about FOMO?
I know. She's driving home right now. She has no idea this is happening.
Yeah.
She's going to listen tomorrow and be like, son of a bitch. I should have stayed.
Well, that's what you get.
So what? She could have defended her own grievance?
I don't know that that's ever happened, honestly. That
Should
we've
we
had.
call her?
That
I mean, we
we
could
had
call
an
her.
emailer listen to their own email being read.
Do you want to call her really quick and get her on the horn for the grievance read? I mean, we could.
If you want to. Well, it's
Do
not.
you have a
No.
phone-
Let me be clear. This isn't a grievance read. This is her follow up on a grievance. So
Okay.
it's not pertinent to put her on the clock and all that.
Well, should she be on the line? Because we're all disappointed that she stepped out.
Honestly, I'm going to say no. It's
Okay,
just, it's
all
just a
right.
follow up on the
All right.
catalog grievance that somebody had. One of our listeners said,
Okay.
"What the hell are catalogs coming to my damn mailbox
Oh,
for anyway?"
yeah, I'm with her.
And I suggested, like, I don't know, somewhere maybe you check the box, right? She
Yeah,
says,
which was reckless of you to say. Nobody checked a fucking box, and you know it.
Well,
None of us have checked a box.
I think people check boxes for us. That's my
For
theory.
us, not normal people. No one's going, Bill at fucking earthlink.net. Check the box
Well,
for
that's
him.
what Marisa says. She says, I have not checked any box.
No,
to
she
get
hasn't.
any catalogs in about 20 years. For some reason, within the past 3 months, I've been receiving Parents Magazine. It's targeted toward new parents primarily. My girls are teenagers. It goes from my mailbox to the recycle bin every month. Last month's edition featured 2 men with a toddler on the cover, which is fine, okay? Says Marisa.
2 men with a toddler.
But who the fuck is in charge of distribution, she says. I'm not paying for this. How did it find me? Wonder how much it costs to produce, package, and deliver and recycle this magazine without one sentence being read.
Yeah.
It's because her daughters are of that age. I guarantee there's in some goddamn database.
You think her 13-year-old kids are of age now or how old are her kids? They should be reading Parenting Magazine? You
No,
think-
but like Gab has started to get baby formula samples and diaper samples in the mail, and I think
what?
I don't know. These companies, I think they just look at somebody and they bought a bunch of shit, at one time for their kids. They're probably in the cycle to have another kid, so let's send them this.
To Maurice's point.
Just do it. Just
Can't reach. Can you reach that, Jake? Can you get it? To Maurice's point.
Yeah.
She's right. Think about it when we did the Kickstarter and we had to send all those T-shirts and pictures and we had to sign all those stickers. Remember that?
I
we
do.
We sat at Larry's office for 2 days straight and just signed and signed, and then we had to put them in those envelopes and mail everything. It was expensive as balls to send an 8x10 picture of us out. That was not cheap.
Well,
those catalogs are huge.
Some of them are Honduras. They are.
They're huge.
They're getting bulk rate, obviously, but you're exactly right. This is wasted money. Unless it's Prana, I'm not cracking it.
I believe, did Marisa say in that without one sentence being read?
Yeah.
Like, that's my thing now. If it's in a plastic wrap, it doesn't come out of that.
Yeah.
And if it's not,
What if it's
I
a nude
make it-
chick inside of the plastic wrap?
I'm not going to know. Because what I do, I get the mail.
Isn't that how Playboys come in the plastic wrap?
Probably.
Yeah, Hottie
Yeah, but
just
they-
over there's
but they-
nodding his head in the affirmative.
Trav knows. Hot
He's like,
Playboy
yep,
still?
that's how my Playboy comes.
Yeah, sexy E knows, but no,
Smart
dude,
Eases.
no, smart sexy Eases knows that the Playboy's going to come in a packet that you go, yeah, that's my Playboy in there, not the other shit. Usually it's clear or whatever. My whole thing is, okay, I'm going to find the Capital One credit card thing that's in my mail 8,000 times a day, and I immediately tear it in half.
Yeah.
Right in the fucking recycle or the garbage. And those catalogs, when they show up, I come through the garage, and the first thing I do is I dump them in the recycle bin as I walk in the door. They've never once been opened. I don't even know what they say.
Yeah.
Nope, done. Don't, fuck you, how dare you. Don't, I didn't ask for this. I didn't check a box. Don't want it. You're not getting the satisfaction of me cracking it.
Probably a very archaic means of advertising to the original grievance point. I mean, it really is with the interweb now. It
Yeah.
just seems like Unless it's Prana, I'm not cracking it.
I mean, dude,
So-
you're going through the classics now, right?
I am, I am, and I got to thank Ed, listener Ed, for bringing me Moby Dick over
Okay,
the weekend,
great.
along with Crime and Punishment.
Some of those can be thick. How thick are most of the classics? Inch and a quarter?
Yeah,
They're
it depends a lot.
expensive, right? I'm not saying they all need to be leather bound, but even if you got a paperback, that's basically one of those Nordstrom catalogs.
Right.
You know, $20. Throw it in the garbage immediately. Not the classics, but the other ones. Like, dude,
They're
where
not
are they
paying
making the money?
$20 to send that shit.
I understand they're bulk rating it. I got it. FedEx is giving them a smoking deal, but still, it's got to be a fortune.
I know.
Because those are
Very
really
wasteful.
thick pages. I've heard. I would never open it, so I don't know.
Glossy.
Glossy, very glossy. Some of them are fucking huge. Hour magazine. Never ordered Hour magazine. It showed up for
Is
a
that
while.
Hour Detroit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Garbage.
I'll thumb through Hour.
I would too, but I still feel like, how dare you? You're just gonna show up at my door like
It's
you're
invasive.
like you're an invited guest.
You weren't
No,
invited.
sir.
I checked no box.
You will be asked to this residence, or you do not come inside.
I
Okay.
filled out no 3x5 form.
Did Celia and
Postage
Travis just
included.
waltz in here today?
No, they knocked. They
a-
rung.
A box was checked. To your point, Jay, a box was checked that welcomed them to the premises. Hot Isis did not just waltz into the premises.
No.
Even ugly Isis.
No, he waltzed in.
Yeah, he does.
He loped in like a star-bellied sneech.
A box was checked that would like into perpetuity with that one, and so he just keeps coming
Lopes
back.
in.
Yep. Hey guys, how's it going?
You guys still doing the show today, or what?
Mind if I sit in?
What's going on? How you doing, guys?
Hey, we'll save the rest for tomorrow and
All right.
close by thanking again Celia and Travis.
Thank you,
Appreciate the
guys.
support. Thanks for coming in.
And for the Jim's Beams.
Yeah, they brought gifts.
Yep. You don't touch Mike's Jim's Beams, okay? It's a deal around here. Kentucky straight burbs and.
No, thank you guys for the support. Honestly, you guys are awesome. Seen you at events. It's the first time here. I thought you guys had been here before. So we welcome you guys here. Thank you so much for the support, and I hope you guys had a good time. Good. All right, let's get out of here, guys. Hot Isis, thank you for all your help. Ugly Isis, normal Isis, thank you as well. And we'll all see you guys tomorrow.
You've been listening to the Detroit Cast with your hosts, Mike and Jay. From all of us at Radio for One Studios, thank you for listening. And as always, thank you, Detroit.